get down Celsius. We'll get down to -1, and we think we're dead if we get -1 Celsius. So that's a white frost. We used to get them frequently in the winter. Now we're lucky to get 1 or 2 a year. The climate has warmed just a couple of degrees, and we get down to 0 or +1 or something Celsius, and that's still a cold night for us.
And what's hot?
Hot, well, a heat wave, anything above about 25 degrees Celsius is a heat wave for us. So we're very temperate and moist, and a maritime climate, of course, so there's a lot of humidity from off the sea. We get a lot of wind because we're right out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and Tasman Sea, and the westerly is persistent. We used to say it blew from midwinter till midsummer, and it used to be pretty right, but things have changed a bit, and now we're getting a lot more northeasterly weather, which on the western side of New Zealand is pleasant. I think we're supposed to have a sou'easter today. Where are the clouds? Well, there's hardly any here to see. They are drifting slightly. Yes, there's one there from the east. So this is the sort of weather we get when there's an easterly.
I call this Carolina blue skies. Carolina blue skies.
Right.
I have this like 300 days of the year.
Yes, no, we get a lot of rain, about 2,200 hours of sunshine a year. So it's fairly sunny, but we get 60 to 80 inches of rain a year as well. So we're moist as well.
So you're like me too. Yeah.
And our soil is volcanic ash derivative, and it's very free draining. All you have to do is add humus to it and you can grow almost anything. And we're cool enough to grow a lot of the cool temperate things. They don't mind it. We're not quite cold enough for dogwoods, although inland further where it's a bit cooler they will do all right, but here nearer the coast where it's mild, we're not really cold enough for dogwoods. But and then again, we are mild enough in the summer, warm enough in the summer to grow things like hibiscus and some of the subtropical plants, kiwi fruit and citrus and those sort of things.
Citrus and rhubarb planted together makes my brain split in half.
Did you see bananas down at Vance's place? Yes. Well, that's a sort of a new innovation. Vance is into new innovations. He's bringing those in, and I think they're in the country. Kiwis are innovative. We do it because we can, and our climate allows us to. So. But to do it on a bigger scale, with the change, perhaps it is becoming mild enough to grow bananas here. Perhaps. Tamarillo, I can't remember the botanical name. It's from South America. They used to call them tree tomatoes, but they don't taste like tomatoes at all. Egg-shaped. They ripen in the late autumn. They have an acidy tang to the fruit, and they're easy to grow. People like to spread the pulp on ice cream and things like that, and it makes a nice dessert.
Oh.
But it's got quite an aromatic. I can see whitefly too. Oh, look.
Well, we do like good pest ID.
Yeah, there's whitefly. We're mild in New Zealand, and the winters aren't really cold enough to kill off some of those sort of bugs.
Well, it doesn't look like it's doing any major damage. It's just
Sorry?
doesn't look like it's doing major damage.
Oh, frost would give that. If we had a frost, that all those leaves would go black. It's frost tender. I think it's from Peru or somewhere like that, the country of origin.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yes, Siphomander, something like that. I think it's the botanical name. Oh, how about that? I remember.
Siphomander. See, you just pulled it out.
Mudstone concretions formed under the sea in the sedimentary rocks, and calcium carbonate in groundwater coming up through the mudstone containing the calcium carbonate has seeped out from the fissure or the vent, the conduit where the water came up. They've all got a conduit hole in the middle, and the calcium carbonate has seeped out into the mudstone and hardened the mudstone. And then we've had uplift in time, thousands of years old, of course. Uplift, the erosion has weathered the cliff face, and the hardened concretions drop out onto the beach. And the sea smashes them up if you don't pick them up. I couldn't help myself, I had to pick them up. But you can see some of them had been much larger, had much larger conduits in the middle, where the volume of water must have been quite considerable.
They're the coolest thing I've ever seen, and if I get to find one, my life will be complete.
Yes, they're uncommon. They're not found everywhere. But took it upon myself to rescue some of the little sugis, Cryptomeria japonica, dwarf forms, because biosecurity these days, they'll never be re-imported, and if they're lost, they're gone. We won't have them, and they're too good for that, I think.
I agree. I was really impressed with this collection.
Well, these are all far too close, of course, but they were so small, I just poked them all in there, and perhaps a young nurseryman will come along and want to reintroduce them.
Yes.
Well, here's a stock bed for them.
What is this variegated one?
The white one, that's Cryptomeria japonica naptonensis.
Naptonensis, okay.
I think a mutation from Cryptomeria japonica nana, which is this one. That's Cryptomeria japonica monstrosa nana. This is tensan. They're very firm. You saw the one around the back that I nuked with Maverick. Burned half of it with Maverick. Got the mixture wrong. Something went wrong.
It happens.
It had a little bit of mite on it, and I thought, oh, well, I'll fix the mite, but I didn't nearly fix the plant. And some of these are a bit hard to see the differences in the moment. That's Vilmoriniana. Clean all the rubbish off it. And this is Globosa. And Pygmea. That one there is Pygmea. And this is just a mutation that occurred on one that I put in. It's like a big Pygmea.
It is like a big Pygmea. It's a nice texture.
And the one at the back is one called Atafai. It was a seedling raised in New Zealand at Cedar Lodge Nurseries. I think that's just about now Fuji, Sugi, Benny Sugi, and that's Benny Sugi.
Benny Sugi.
You don't want to photograph my weeds. I'll pull them out.
Oh, well, look at the soil. There, everyone. You can see the magic soil.
To grow agave arborescens, where, and some of the variegated forms of those are lovely, and I dabble. That's my collection of succulents there.
It's awesome. I took a lot of pictures of this yesterday. And aloes. It's just so weird to have an aloe and a pieris together.
Oh, right. Well, that's exactly the peculiarities of our climate. We're able to grow dry climate plants because we're so freely drained, and moist, temperate climate plants together because our climate allows us to do it. It's probably not aesthetically.
I think it's super aesthetic. Look, there's a color echo with the flowers.
Yes, well,
Totally makes sense.
The pieris, of course, that's Pieris foresti Wakehurst. It has bigger leaves and bigger flowers than the Pieris japonica. Prosmas and carokias, we have a lot of divaricating native plants. Apparently, it is said that they evolved to withstand the browsing of moa, the flightless birds that were native to New Zealand. They're all extinct now, but many of the plants evolved a habit that warded off the attentions of the browsing moa. And the coprosmas, all the berries and flowers are all underneath.
Oh, look at that.
Underneath.
Oh my gosh, I would have never known.
Oh,
that's so cool.
That one, if it's got any on, should be blue.
Oh.
Just coming.
They are really interesting.
But they'll turn quite a deep blue. And the carokias, they are in more arid places, drier places in New Zealand. They range from North Cape down to the eastern side of the Southern Alps, and they also have divaricating foliage, and the berries on that one are yellow, but they have red berried forms as well.
And there were no native mammals.
No.
So you are allowed to deal with the problem possums and stuff.
Well, they put 1080 poison out, which seems to be the only economical way to control possums. And possums are real. It's the Australian bushy-tailed possum. It is a real pest.
I've seen it
There
in
are
action.
millions of them around the country, devastating the native bush because they are not used to animals that eat their foliage off.
Mm-hmm.
That's Pinus sylvestris bovrinensis, a sterile witch's broom of the Scots pine. It never has any cones or pollen flowers. It's completely sterile. The one next to it is the European mountain pine, Pinus mugo.
That has a cute little cone.
It has little cones on it. Yes, this one originated in France, Pinus sylvestris bovrinensis.
Well, everyone, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode from Jim Rumbals' amazing garden in the New Plymouth area of the North Island of New Zealand. I do have a few more to be able to share, and I'm having the best time editing these videos and reliving the experience, and I hope that you'll enjoy them as well. So I look forward to sharing more coming soon. As always, thanks so much for watching, and happy gardening.